A murder case suddenly appeared during the steel ball run. The scene was absolutely horrifying. The victim's intestines had been dragged several meters away from the body. Meanwhile, Giro's ranking was pushed all the way down to 21st place because of his penalty. Watching the championship slip away from his hands, Giro was extremely frustrated. But then something unexpected happened. Giro suddenly invited Johnny to team up with him. Johnny was completely stunned. However, he quickly said that he wanted to defeat Giro with his own hands. So he accepted the offer. What surprised Johnny even more was that Giro directly taught him the secret behind the steel ball. Simply put, when the human body is hit by an outside force, the muscles will instinctively react. But if the force only affects the surface of the skin and prevents the muscles from sensing it, that creates the spin. At that moment, Johnny suddenly noticed something strange. The cork in his hand had actually started spinning, and when it touched the horse's body immediately tilted and flipped over. Johnny was thrown off the horse, but somehow, the horse's leg caught him perfectly, allowing him to land safely. Giro then explained that his true weapon was not the steel ball itself. The real power came from the spin hidden inside it. Meanwhile, Steele and his wife were called over by the sheriff. The two returned to the racetrack by carriage. Steele impatiently asked the sheriff what had happened, but the sheriff told him that someone had already died during the race. Steele replied that this competition was extremely dangerous, and every participant had already signed a death waiver. He tried to use that excuse to avoid responsibility, but the sheriff ignored him. Instead, he simply pointed at something on the ground. A weapon was lying there, and wrapped around it was a human intestine. Seeing this, Steele immediately ordered his wife to be taken away. Only after she was gone did they realize the truth. There were actually 3 victims. Judging from their injuries, this was definitely not an accident. Animals like vultures could never have caused wounds this severe. The sheriff immediately concluded that this was a murder case, and the killer was hiding among the more than 3,000 racers. He believed more victims would appear, and the murders might continue until the race finally ended. Steele never expected that a murderer had entered the competition, but the race had already started. Even the president himself could not simply stop it. Fortunately, the sheriff had already prepared another plan. He had secretly asked Madame Tim to help investigate the killer. At that moment, every horse on the track suddenly lowered its head. The legendary cowboy, Madame Tim, had arrived.